My name is Kwabna Chenche Heneboati. Many thanks for joining us here on Newsdesk. The first story is the Teachers and Educational Workers Union and the Federation of the University Staff at the University of Cape Coast have allowed deductions on their salaries to help save one of their colleagues suffering from kidney failure. The university staff voluntarily agreed to help pay part of the 200,000 Ghana cedis that will enable their colleague undergo a kidney transplant in India. Richard Kojunyakon has more in the following report.
In a prayerful mood, the TU and the FUSAG members of the University of Cape Coast engaged in a series of prayers before handing their donation to their colleague. Such show of love brought tears in the eyes of many who couldn't help but to pray hard. The leadership of the Teachers and Educational Workers Union and the Federation of the University Staff Association at the University of Cape Coast have been speaking with Joy News.
What happened was we were there when we received this important information. One of our brothers is seriously sick and needed to be traveled outside Ghana for the surgery. So we quickly organized our members for them to at least come so that we'll be able to contribute something for our Fujin member. So what we did was that we organized a meeting and we deducted something from our members. And after getting everything, the two unions also added something to top up.
He's our brother, and all of us are aware that once it has affected him, this kind of disease, the kidney problem, we also have to play our part by contributing something. And the most important thing that I can say now is that immediately we inform our members, all of them received a ready heart. All of them agreed. Even some people were even saying that we should deduct more. And it's a kind of help that we need from all the members. This goes to the nationwide workers. Whenever your staff, a member of your staff, your colleague is not well and needs this kind of help, we should also try as much as possible to offer that kind of help to the patient.
Let's now talk about some issues relating to road safety. And the Accra Region Police Command has bemoaned what it says is a lack of respect for road regulations. Statistics show that most motorists who knock down pedestrians hardly stay on to ensure the victims survive the accident. Derek Sam has this report from a site where pedestrians are usually knocked down and run over by motorists.
Every week, about 24 people are killed whilst they use the road. That's according to the Accra Region Police Command. And they say that this is because the people do not follow the road regulations. I am at one of these flashpoints closer to the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. I'll try to cross the street. I want to test the waters. I want to see whether or not the cars will voluntarily stop for me to cross the road, or maybe I may have to stop them on my own before I cross the road. So let's cross the road together. Let's see how long it takes me to cross the streets today with all these cars passing by and people rushing off to go to work. 2 minutes, that's how long it took me to cross from that side of the street to this place. Now let me explain why we think that this place is one of the flashpoints. Just behind us is the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Close to it is the St. Paul's Lutheran School. There's another school close by. If you look around me, there are so many offices around this place, and people would want to cross the road to get to their destinations. So many accidents occurred here over the years, and Ghana Highway authorities to construct 2 speed ramps just close to each other. But it appears that the motorists do not observe these basic traffic regulations or the road regulations, and so they speed off. And that's a zebra crossing. That's a lady who was trying to cross the street to the other side. She was with me on the other side. I crossed before she did. You see, she's standing there, she's trying to cross. There's another guy trying to cross to the other side, but nobody or no car is stopping for her to cross the streets. And that's why the Accra Regional Police Command is asking that once you realize that there's a motorist who is not following any of the rules, or you come across any hit and run situation, just dial any of their hotlines and they'll be there to serve you. Let me take the opportunity to mention the hotlines for you, so that in case you come across any such situation and want to report to the police, you do so. You might want to take a pen and paper and write these numbers down, because you may need them. So they're asking you to call 0302 773695 or 0302 773906, or you can call the crime fighters on any of the hotlines, and it's for MTN and Vodafone. It's 18555 or the popular code 191.
So that was a report filed by Derek Echo Sam, somewhere in the capital Accra, and this very situation is one that replicates itself in quite a number of other places. In fact, right here in front of the multi-TV studios here at Kokomlemle, it's a bit problematic for a number of people to cross from one end of the road to the other, despite the fact that there are zebra crossings there. And also, you did hear Derek Echo Sam mention in that report that the police says if you come across any such situation, if you are in such a difficulty, all you need to do is to call their hotline, the numbers he provided in there. But the question remains, how realistic is this? I mean, how feasible is this? You're telling me if I need to cross a road, I now need to pick a phone and dial a number and call the police before I'll be able to cross a road, despite the fact that the people or commuters are deliberately or blatantly just breaking the law, ignoring these zebra crossings. Well, that's the situation there. But we've also been speaking to ASP Suleiman Asule, who happens to be operations officer for the Motor Traffic and Transport Division, and he's been throwing more light on other steps that have been taken by his unit to ensure that they prevent some more knockdowns and road accidents in the country. Let's take a listen to that. He's been speaking on the AM show.
We are speaking for Accra because the numbers for Accra countrywide seem to be higher than the other regions, and that is our concern. Particularly if you look at the first quarter of the year, that is January, February, March. And then if you add the second quarter, which is April, May, June, the figures we have is alarming and very disturbing.
Just knockdowns alone?
Knockdowns as well as other crashes that led to the death of people on our roads. As we speak now, for the first quarter alone, we lost 508 people on our roads. That is January, February, March. That is those in the vehicle as well as those on foot. And if you add the figure for the second quarter, but you realize that in the city of Accra, the knockdowns have actually gone up. And that is why we are talking about this. Averagely, 24 people, not less than 24 in a week, and that is very worrying. If you look at road safety, actually it anchors on 3 E's, and then now we have even the 4E. We have enforcement aspect, and then engineering aspect, education aspect. For example, this speed humps or ramps you're talking about, or pedestrian or zebra crossing, these are the engineering aspect. It has to do with the road furniture, road signs, and markings, and all that we're talking about. And then we have the enforcement component, which is basically done by the police and then the DVLA in terms of the safety of vehicles on our road. That's also an enforcement because the DVLA has the power to prohibit the use of a particular vehicle on the road for some reasons. And then when we come to the education, the National Road Safety Commission, they are doing a lot in that direction, supported by the police. And I believe what we are doing this morning is part of the education. And the last E is the emergency aspect. That is when it happens. My sister talked about some people being neglected when it happened, and that it reduces their chances of survival. So that is the emergency aspect. the laws are not going to relax. And we don't want situations where in the course of police doing their job, politicians come in to say, oh, these are my members, they were from my rally or they were coming to my rally. No. If they are coming to your rally or they are coming from your rally, the law does not relax for them to get to the rally grounds or get back after that. The law remains to be enforced. So let's take responsibility for our actions and inactions on the road and be prepared to face whatever consequences our behavior may bring about.
And that was Operations Officer for the Central Motor Traffic and Transport Division of the Ghana Police Service, ASP Suleimana Sule, in an interview on the AM show earlier today. We are taking a break here on Newsdesk, but when we come back, I was telling you about the Electoral Commission deleting some 56,900 names from the voters' register. Well, that list has been published by the Electoral Commission, and it appears that list is a bit problematic because, for instance, in a section where there's supposed to be a name of an individual there, we have numbers representing names on that very list. Stay with us. I'll be bringing you details of that in a short while.